Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the third episode of Bebe Kumi. And for everyone that's new to this podcast, my name is Francesco. On this podcast, we talk about everything and anything that has to do with food and beverage industry on the island. So, guys, as you guys can see, we got some brands joining us on this podcast today. We got Sir Atmos and Double Dutch. Sir Atmos is this vanilla flavored gin, and it's already won some awards in 2017 Gin Masters. And it's just a delicious gin to go with cocktails, and also, of course, a gin tonic. And that's why we have Double Dutch. Double Dutch is a brand for tonics and sodas and ginger beer and everything that you really can imagine. So this gin for me it's a very delicious and very smooth and nice gin and balanced, very good balance. It's good gin to make cocktails, and it's perfect just to drink a gin and tonic with. So the base are the like of course the base of a gin is the juniper berries, but it's almost surrounded for the vanilla. It's most important is the vanilla flavor. So you can feel almost every cocktail I made, you taste the vanilla, and it's just amazing. And for me, it's just great just to when you make a cocktail, and at the end, like the last taste you have is like vanilla. It's nice. It's very nice. So the ingredients for this gin is vanilla, juniper berries, of course, cardamom, angelica roots, and ginger and cinnamon. So when I'm making a gin tonic, so if I'm using the double Dutch Indiana tonic and the Sir Atmos, I'll just put a cinnamon stick in there and orange peel. For me, it's just more than enough, and just go delicious with that. But when I'm making a cocktail, and just like for World Cocktail International Cocktail Day, yeah. I made a cocktail, and it has the cucumber watermelon flavor, and it was just right. And I put Surinamese cherries with that. Syrup, I made a syrup of Surinamese cherries. I put the gin in there and some watermelon cucumber tonic, and it was just perfect. Everything was balanced. Everything was tasted great. So that's just insane and just amazing. So if you guys really want the bottle of you guys, it's a really cool gin to have in the bar at any time to make a cocktail, or just for a shelf to put it on top so people can order for a gin and tonic. It's just delicious to have. So if you guys really want to order, just if you guys are not on the island, just hit up Sir Atmos Curacao. You'll find them. You can try to get a bottle, or you can hit me up. So while we're on the topic of gin, there's like always a confusion of what is the difference between London gin or just normal distilled gin as well. So London gin is a really strict when you start the process of redistilling. After that process, you cannot add any flavor to the gin. So when it's redistilling, you also have the botanicals and all those stuff in the gin, because you can't call spirit gin without putting juniper berries in it. So you have all your botanicals, and you're redistilling, and after that you cannot add any flavor, anything else, any botanicals to the gin, because then it's just it isn't a London dry gin then. So if you put flavoring, fruits, infusion, or anything to the gin after you redistill it, then it's called just a distilled gin. So the Sir Atmos is just a distilled gin. And I forgot to mention it. Both of these products are from Holland, so it's pretty cool, right? And to going back, I never said what's the topic for this episode. The topic really for this episode is really on bartending and bartenders, and also the bar owners, restaurant owners, and everything else that goes around that portion actually. And for me, it's very important to go into that and to start like talking about that, because it's a nice and very informative subject to be talking about. So something that people really, for me at first, like if you saw the first episode, I was a little scared to be behind a bar, or a high volume or maybe just a normal bar, because I started as a banquet or event bartender. So for me, it was really interesting just to be like behind a bar and know how the flow goes. But it was a really nerve wracking moment or a process to learn to be multitasking at the same time. So for me, it was really nerve wracking, and it was really hard to get into that. And you learn along the way, and with experience and everything. So it's something that you really got to work on, and to to become a better bartender. For me, then it's for me it's very important to become a better bartender, and to and to keep on raising my knowledge and become more knowledgeable and keep learning, because the more you know about your bar and the more you know about the spirits that's behind the bar, you can upsell, and you can teach also or the people that are sitting at the bar something new that they didn't know, and you can upsell some of your drinks. Because why not? Like, let's say, so you have a normal real gin, and that's your station. You have like your rails, and you have all your liquors, and those are the cheapest, or the ones that goes faster, let's say that, and the ones, maybe the ones you use to make cocktails. So let's say the cheapest liquors are in the rail, and you want to upsell your gin. So you want the your guests are really a gin person, and you want to upsell her, and you're like, oh man, just take a look at this vanilla infused gin. Is from Amsterdam. It's really delicious. It goes good with everything. It's just orange. You can put orange and cinnamon and a little tonic, and it goes a long way. You'll get a delicious flavor, smooth, and you get like that vanilla hint at the end. It's just delicious. So you're already upselling your gin. You're upselling. You're trying to make money. So those are the things that on the island it's you don't see a lot. You don't see a lot of upselling, and it's whatever people order, it's okay with them. So if let's say I want the gin and tonic, they don't try to upsell it. They just like, okay, cool, that's cool with me. Just give me the real gin. Because, or let's say if they order gin tonic, they don't ask, they don't try to upsell it, because they're like, okay, cool, I'll just get them the real gin, and that's it. You charge it. You charge them. Let's talk about dollars. You charge them $9. Meanwhile, you could have charged them $12 for a premium gin. For a premium gin, and you got some. You almost got $3 out of that. So those are the things, and those $3 makes a lot of difference in the long term, or at the end of the night. So those are the things that really have to like start happening, or people have to your I say your workers, your co-workers, your employees, or your co-workers has to start doing. Because if you upsell, it's better for them, it's better for you. You'll get a better tip, of course, because you're letting the guests taste something that they never taste before, or they saw it but they never had they didn't even want it because nobody suggested it. They just want to stay safe. You just want to like, oh no, I'm good with the thing I'm used to. So it helps people to get a little out of the box with their spirits, their tasting, their taste buds and everything, and it helps you get more money. So it's a win-win situation for both sides. So those are the things that we really want to focus on and go for it, because at the end of the day, is you're winning more money and you're getting tips in. So those are the things that bartenders really gotta strive for, and also waitresses, because even if a bartender does that, is if a waiter doesn't do that, or they don't know, even let's say even if they don't know what's behind your bar, they can make mistakes, and that can cost you also money and liquor and everything. Upselling is very important for the restaurant industry and even the bar industry. So it's this thing, and yeah, hotel, whatever, the restaurant industry. So and those are the things that, to get to that point, there is also training involved, knowledge, reading, a lot of reading. So for getting knowledge and reading, the same thing, but not the same thing. So to get those two, you have to also, for a point, or you have to give a little time on your from yourself to invest in reading and searching and everything for to become better as a bartender or as a waiter. Also trainings, I know there's busy times and low season, up seasons and everything, and we just went through another lockdown on the island, and the time that was just right to train your employees, because it you can't have a perfect time because you're closed. I know you're not trying to invest more money, but when you open and you want the perfect service, or get more money in, your employees have to be trained, and very important, your bartenders have to be trained, because on the island there's no bartender school, there's nothing. At least if you're a cook, you can go to a culinary school on the island and you can know the basics and everything else. I don't know, I didn't go to culinary school, so I don't know how much things they learn there, but at least you can know the basics and everything, and how to cut meat and with the grain or against the grain, or so those are the things that here it's an effort that put in for training so they can become more knowledgeable. So these are very important to go through and do it, because there's a lot of people doing trainings, and you get barista trainings, wine tasting and trainings, liquor spirits training. So and even though you can get like bar essentials, how to even how to approach a customer, how to greet a customer, how to talk with a customer, how to upsell your product, how to make delicious cocktail, how to keep your cocktails consistent. That is the most fucking important thing ever, consistency. So it's crazy how different two bars on the same I say, it's crazy how different two bars can taste from each other. So how different the same cocktail can taste from those two bars. Because let's say, I'm not gonna say like the bars, like let me get it, like a bar like Comey gets it's a different cocktail than a bar in Madero. Those are different places. They're not the same. They're not even close to being the same. So they have their specialties. But at Comey, I'll get a delicious cocktail. But I won't go to Madero to get the same cocktail. If I go to Madero, I just get a mixer or something chill. So you have to know the balance. But you have, even if you're at Madero, all the bars that's under Madero has to make the same, on the classics. I'm not gonna say signatures, but classics, the same way they make the cocktails. Because I can walk, maybe you can walk to Madero, you get a mojito. Oh, sweet, nice, delicious, great. And then you'll walk to whatever Cabana, and you'll get like another mojito, but it tastes a little more bitter. And those are different, but the consistency has to be almost the same for me then. And I think that was a bad example. Yeah. Let's say on a hotel premises, because I'm working in a hotel business. So on a hotel premises, those bars, the bars that are on in the hotel, has to be the same. The consistency of those bars has to be the same. It doesn't have to differ from those two. Let's say a margarita, a mojito, whatever. It has to taste. It have to taste the same. So, if, let's say, bar supervisor, bar manager, whatever, makes a cocktail book, and for every cocktail, every classic has to be made like this. So if a margarita on that premises or in that hotel is maybe 2 ounces lime, 2 ounces tequila, 1 ounces simple syrup, 1 ounce triple sec, it's still a fucking margarita, right? It's still a fucking margarita. It tastes maybe a little on the bitter side, but it's still a margarita, it's still delicious. And even though the bartender doesn't like the way it's made, they have to do it first like that. And then when a guest asks like, oh no, it's too sweet, can you put some more sugar? You add some more sugar, it's no problem. But that's the way that we do it. But you have to let the people that are our guests know that that's how we do it. But if you want more sugar, I can put more sugar in it or whatever. Because on the island, people like sweet cocktails, sweet drinks. I went a little too far about two bars. Let's say two bartenders. Those two consistency are for them. It's crazy. For I've been working in bar. I worked in the bar. I worked in bars that I can make for me the most delicious cocktail ever. Classic. Let's say margarita, caipirinha, whatever. For me, it's delicious. Like the guest loves it, and when my shift's over, the next day I'm off, and I come back the day after that, and the customer will be like, I didn't like the caipirinha from yesterday from your coworker, um, because it doesn't taste the same when you make it. It tastes more better. It tastes better than when your coworkers makes it. So even when I'm not there or another bartender is not there, it has to say it have to taste the same. And that's very important, and that's very something that people really, our bartenders here really need to get it down, because consistency is crazy. Even when making syrups or shrubs or cordials, the taste have to stay the same. So that's why you go through checklists. That's why you make a lookbook, a cocktail lookbook, a syrup lookbook, so it can always stay the same. So it can have the same amount, even if you make a simple syrup 1-on-1, 1 cup water, 1 cup sugar. Just it's like that. Everybody has have to make it like that. Family has. Don't know. I don't know. So those are the things. Those are the things that for me that's very important. And consistency is just a key to for to a great bar actually, because even when you're gone, you're on vacation, you will your mind will be at ease. Even yeah, than me then, because when I go on vacation, my mind will go crazy sometimes. But just thinking about the bar, that some of some of the people, they're not making the cocktails right, or they're not making it properly, and so your mind can be at ease when you go on vacation or anything. So your coworkers are just like going crazy and doing the shit right. So for me, it's very important to stay consistent. Going through trainings, it's it's nerve wracking, and here people, they don't have patience to do trainings, or they don't see the worth in training because they have already a good bartender. But it's not about a good bartender. It's about knowing your spirits. It's about knowing what you're selling, because you can just get a distributor. You have different distributors here, and you just get one, and then you buy the liquors, and then that's it. They don't know how whiskey is made. They don't know how gin is made. They don't know how vodka is made. Um, Tequila, mezcal, none of that. Wine. A lot of people know how wine's made. Fuck. But so that's the point I'm trying to get, because um, if you put a little effort into trainings, it will go a long way. And like a good friend of mine, Fabian, he's a bar ambassador, Diageo brand ambassador, and he gives training, and his trainings are crazy good. And if you're buying his products on the volume and everything, is whatever, you have a restaurant, you're buying his products, he can give the bartenders training, and it's fucking great. And there's process to the trainings to become better and be a better server, better, um, be like a more showman, more knowledgeable. You can be more confident behind the bar, and that's very important. To If you have confidence behind your bar, and you know what's going on, you know what's going, whatever, everything that's going on, and what type of spirit you have behind your bar, because not every bar is the same. Not every bar has the same spirit. Not every bar has the same wine. So if you know everything that's going on behind your bar, you're already a long way. So that's going through the first part of consistency and bartending and everything. And for me, on this episode, I really wanted to talk about that. I really wanted to talk a little more. I really wanted to talk about that, and it was on my mind for a time now. And to really get bartenders to start seeking out for training, seeking out for, like, not help, but put the ego aside, because I'm a really humble guy. For me, I'm really humble guy, and really trying to learn from people and suck up everything like a sponge. Every information I get, everything that I get, I'm trying to suck it up like a sponge, so I can try to learn more and trying to teach others to become better in the craft, become better in become better in the craft of bartending, actually. And it's a really slow process. For me, then it was a almost for me it was a slow process for about 6 years. And it takes patience. It takes a lot of patience, because at first I was winning 10 bucks an hour or less, 10 bucks an hour, and it's okay. And afterwards, you just work your way through it, and just take some crap, and keep on working. People, when you're giving 120% every day, every time, people will acknowledge you, and people will see that you're working hard, and they will give you a promotion. Or even if that owner won't give you a promotion, somebody else will take a look, will see that you're giving your best, giving 120%, and they'll give you a chance to become better, to grow, and to expand and be great. So that's like a thing. And bartenders have to be starting to be like very original, start to get your flair into the bartending. Just don't only do whatever, or just make a cocktail just to make something, or to make some sweet drink. But know the reason why you make it. Know what you put in there. Does it go good together? Does it, or does not? So sometimes I read behind some of the labels of brands, or a lot of liquors. You'll get like a cocktail. They put like a cocktail like at the back, and sometimes I just, for the fun of it, I'm like, okay, let's try, and I just read it. I'm like, these things don't go good together, or the balance isn't right, or whatever. So I make them, and I try them out. And I'm like, oh, this is ass. So, and those are the things that really they really got to take a look at, especially the part of locals, like local distillers. Yeah, distillers. Yeah. For me, it's just crazy and like awesome to be like in this like group or family, bartender family. And it's a small island, but the closer we are as bartenders, the more we learn from each other, and to become better. It's even the better for us, and be even greater for the island itself. And we gotta be innovative, bringing new stuff, new styles, and keep going even crazier, because I know, like, the last years, yeah, last years, they didn't put the we have like I said in the first episode, like, the competition. And that is something that really pushes you to become better. And it's very important to keep that fire in the bartender, or almost everybody, to keep that fire burning. And if you don't have something to like strive for, or to learn to become better, to achieve, the fire will like go out. So, and also it's good to go like make a small competition underling with your bartenders. Like, yeah, guys, we talk about rum this month. Let's or this today we talked about rum. You know, the where it comes from, um, how it's made, and all those stuff. What type of rum there are, and all those stuff. So at the end of the month, I really want you guys to make something a classic, a twist on the classic, and go crazy with it. Those are the things that keep your fire going and keep you motivated to create and become better. You know, so it's very important for owners and bartenders to come up with ideas to make each other better. So I really wanted to talk about that. So thank you guys very much for joining me on this glorious episode of Bebe Kumi. We got Sir Adams, the vanilla infused gin, and we got Double Dutch. And Double Dutch, you got so many flavors. You just take a look on their Instagram or their take a look on their Instagram or their website. And Sir Adams also take a look on their Instagram or their website. Take a look on my Instagram to see the cocktails I'm making with this delicious gin. So yeah, guys, thank you very much. See you guys next time. Deuces.